Today, I'm breaking down the proper way to critique other writers, plus how to handle criticism you receive. So be sure to stick around. Let's get started. Hey guys, Nour here, and welcome back to my channel. For those visiting for the first time, hello, I'm the fantasy author of the novel Divinity Falling. Be sure to subscribe for weekly writing advice videos. So, without further ado, here's how to critique other writers when they ask you to give them feedback on their work. Number 1, discuss the writing, not the writer. When you're critiquing another writer's work, don't judge them as a person. Whether you know the writer or not, this isn't the place to discuss them. Don't say things like, "What's wrong with you for writing this scene?" or "You must have no knowledge on this topic." Those comments are directed at the person behind the writing, and they don't really add value to the writing itself. They're only hurtful. Instead, only give feedback about the writing, which I'll talk about in a moment. Number 2, highlight the positives first. Yes, this is a critique, but you also don't want to destroy the writer. Tell them some positive things about their work, even if there aren't many. Find something nice to say because it helps them stay motivated. And don't be vague. Don't say something like, "I liked the story." Be detailed so they know exactly what they're doing right. For example, "I really like the dialogue between these two characters. It made me smile." Number 3, be specific with your feedback. When you spot a problem with the story, point out exactly what's not working. Just like the positives, be detailed here. Don't say, "I didn't like this scene." That's too vague and doesn't help the writer. If you're not detailed, they might think the entire scene is bad and that they need to rewrite it, which, if that's the case, they should also know. You don't want them confused. You want them to know exactly what to fix. So, discuss what made you not like the scene. For example, "I thought the character's behavior wasn't believable because of this, and it took me out of the story." The key here is being specific. Number 4, use positive language to encourage the writer. Again, just because this is a critique doesn't mean you have to be rude. On the contrary, you should be kind and polite with your feedback. This is someone's passion, and they allowed you to read it because they want to improve. So be nice. Use encouraging language even when you're pointing out things that don't work in their story. Say things like, "Even though this scene took me out of the story a bit, I really like this aspect of it. So, great job." Critiquing a story should never be harsh. Number 5, give suggestions for improvement. Don't just say something isn't working. Go a step further and give examples of ways the writer can improve that element. For example, "I don't like this scene because of this, but maybe if you add this in, it'll read better. Or maybe if you change this to this, it'll flow well." And if you absolutely have no idea how the writer can improve something, be honest with them. "Something is off here, but I'm not sure what. I can't put my finger on it." There's nothing wrong with being honest, just as long as you do it politely. Now, when it comes to handling criticism, here's what you need to know. First, know a good critique partner from a bad one. After all, not all critique partners are created equal. If someone is being rude or criticizing you as a person rather than strictly your writing, then politely decline to work with them. If they read your story and start bragging about their work and how much better it is than yours, say goodbye. You don't need that kind of bias. You want someone who wants you to improve just as much as you want to improve. Second, consider negative feedback with a positive outlook. Again, I'm not talking about harsh, rude feedback. I'm talking about negative but detailed feedback that tells you exactly what's not working in your story. Don't be sad when you hear it. Instead, get excited. You now know exactly what other readers might think of your story. Use that to fix what's not working and perfect what you have. This is a great opportunity to make your story amazing. And third, know when feedback isn't for you. If some feedback doesn't make sense to you or goes against your story's vision, you don't have to implement it. Feedback is just that. It's somebody's opinion. They might have read something wrong or understood your point wrong. If that's the case, you can go back and make sure your point makes more sense. But you don't have to implement everything they suggest if it doesn't work for you. At the end of the day, this is your story. Do what you will with it. So that's all I have for you today. I'd love to know, do you enjoy receiving critique of your work? Let me know in the comments. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. I put out weekly writing advice videos that will take your story to the next level. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media to see what I'm up to from day to day and to chat with me. And before we go, I just want to give a quick shout out to Sarah Frayne, Alan J. Early, and Noah Kovanti from my shout out tier over on Patreon, as well as all my amazing patrons. Thank you all so much for your support. I really appreciate you. And remember, Nour for president.